Hello, my name is Jon Sermon. I'm a church minister based in the UK, and I'm wanting to offer encouragement to people. We're in a situation here in the UK that things are beginning to ease a little in terms of the precautions necessary because of the pandemic. Yet at the same time, we're still aware that each time we open up a bit more, we face new potential risks, and the whole situation needs to be kept under careful review. So our schools have had a week back, and on my walk this afternoon, I just met a lady and her daughter, one of the young families associated with our church, and this young girl at primary school was able to tell me how thrilled she'd been to have a week back at school, which is encouraging. I wanted really to pass on a little bit of encouragement from the prayer gathering we had on Zoom today. This was not our own church specifically, but in my role as chair of Churches Together in the area, I called people together to pray. As it happened, the ones from the other churches of the area didn't make it, so it was about 10 people from our own congregation. And, well, the way that we are, most of us staying home most of the time, taking all these precautions, not having this social interaction we've been used to, obviously we all find this a bit more difficult. And when we come together to pray, even through the technology of our computers, it makes a difference. Now this morning the difference was very marked because my wife had woken up from a dream in which she'd been aware of God speaking to her. It's a wonderful thing to be able to gradually develop this sensitivity to hear God speak, and she is one who does so quite a lot. Well, this seemed so significant that she'd written it down, and when she read it to me, I noticed the ringing bells of messages of the Bible throughout, and the overall sense of God wanting to call us to experience more of himself and more blessing as a result. And in the light of this pandemic, isn't that just what we need? We moved on to an extract from a part of the Bible called Isaiah, which is in the Old Testament section before the time of Jesus. In chapter 61, there's a few verses we were looking at, and it begins like this. The Spirit of the Sovereign Lord is on me, because the Lord has anointed me to proclaim good news to the poor. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim release for the captives, freedom for the captives, and release from darkness for prisoners, to proclaim the year of the Lord's favour. Now, this was the very passage that Jesus himself chose to read from when he was in the synagogue in his hometown at the beginning of his ministry. And the way he spoke and talked about God wowed the people. And then they took offence at him because he was a local. And so they didn't understand that he was actually God living a human life among them. Now, the thing is, this reminder of the calling to preach good news, to bind up the brokenhearted, to bring release to captives, that's the role of the church today. Not one particular church, one particular denomination, but the whole church of Jesus Christ. And we do actually have good news to bring to all of you. Good news that God is with us through this. Good news that God loves you incredibly. Absolutely. I want all of you to realize that there is a bigger picture than all that we've been going through, of God's hand upon us, blessing us and bringing us through. And you can know it for yourself and know a personal relationship with God, our Creator. Try praying. Try pursuing this. Try asking your Christian friends what it really is all about. Because God's love is reaching out to you right now. God bless you.